folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Rimworld Lakeside Ridge. We haven't done anything since the end of the last episode. I normally do like a little bit of stuff in between, like research planning or what have you, but we're just jumping straight from one to the next. We haven't tamed any of those llamas yet, and I think we're not going to bother anymore. We're just going to kill them. We could always use more meat. And I think something else we want to look at is getting ready for our mortar den, because we are going to need one. And apparently the game is not going to be generous to us, because it's going to block off the area I did want. But that's fine, we can just move it over just a slight little bit. So we're going to build sandbags there, and we're going to need somewhere with a roof to house our mortars, and we're obviously going to want that to be somewhat sturdy. Yeah. Now it's not going to be a huge area, and that is going to be slow to get in and out of, but this thing's going to hold our mortar shells, so I would like it to be, you know, pretty difficult to kill, just by stray rounds and what have you. And essentially we're going to try and put 2 mortars out here. We'll put the shell storage in there, which means I need to go into this storage area here, go into, I believe it's manufactured, get rid of molten shells. There should be, yep, and mortar shells. Looks like someone's hunting llamas. Yep. He's not very great at it, but we'll let him have his fun. Nice, J-Bear and Udai straight in there on that construction. MVPs of the colony, I say as he fails to construct a simple wall. Cabelson nearly there, getting hit by Bashkir. Still unsure how this works. It's now forbidden again. Can we unforbid that? Yeah, but it just keeps forbidding itself again. We'll leave it to it. We have a lot of things queued up. We now have geothermal power ready. Clips there, which we should try and take advantage of. The thing is, we would basically, I mean, we could just build a big square. Literally just a big square of sandstone blocks, and then remove some of that, I guess. I'm not overly fond of that idea, but it might be something we do. We'll ponder on that while we wait for our mortar area to be built, because I believe it's mortars that we're researching right now. Yep, it is. Which will allow us to build a dozen or so shells to stick in here, a mortar to stick there, and then we can have someone man it during sieges or you know, invasions, whatever. And that's really going to take the advantage of range away from the enemy, especially there are enemy assaults where they will bring and set up their own mortars to just pummel you from a distance. And that's very much not something we want to deal with. Turning off all those guest lights because, well, we don't need them right now. Takes a long time to build and operate solid stone doors. Can we just turn this off? Nope. A lot of subjects on there. A few more people with their armored vests on now. Like, I think we nearly have all of those. A lot of fine meals going on in there. That's what I like to see. Also, it is a little bit more awkward now to navigate around that room. Awesome, we have our roof on here. So we're going to just stockpile this on here. And this is going to have a singular purpose, which is going to be just mortar shells. We'll allow molten as well. There we are. So that's going to be all that room is for, is just to hold our mortars. And you know, just to make me feel better about how ugly that place looks right now, we'll throw in some sandstone flagstones. Basically on this entire area. Oh. Game. Okay, we'll do them just on the inside. Hopefully that's not going to affect where we can build our mortars too heavily. How is this going? It's getting closer to being like where we can build our walls. Ooh, we're turning our stuff, our cloth, yeah, our cotton into cloth. And I need to take another look at this research tree because I still haven't found the carpet making. I'm sure someone out there knows where it is, but it's not me. That's not it. This looks like the kind of area it would be. Carpet making, there it is. Add that to the queue. It's 13th in the queue, so it's going to be a long time before we get there. And I believe we were doing something else with these, the gods, maybe? Oh. Yeah, apparently we needed the altar to worship at, maybe. Okay, so it's still a comfortable 20-something degrees. We are currently, I believe, are we losing power right now? No, we're slowly gaining it. But our wind turbine is just dead right now. Looks like Udai is making our bone plant pots and statues. And we'll just dot those everywhere, sell them when we can. What are you making right now? Yeah, ornate pot. We have a couple of those now, and they're shoddy, so yay to whoever gets these, I guess. Is there only 2 in there? No, there's like 4 of these in there. Awesome. None of these are particularly good, but they will slightly improve the beauty of the room. Someone will go around and plant, yeah, daily lizard apparently, is what we're going for. One of the farmers will get on that eventually when they feel like it. Kim, what are you making currently? Another cloth duster. Another one of these, oh, an awful bone plant pot. We'll put one of this in one of those unoccupied rooms. Is that, yeah, it's that, well, that's a pretty, like, well-maintained vest. It's just not good quality. Research is going along pretty quickly now between people we have doing it, mostly Connor. It is also nice though to see some of this bone just being used for something. And they do get plants in them. It does make the room just a little bit better. Aesthetic has a dull room. Okay, so maybe I was wrong about that. Yeah, it's a mediocre room still at 38, so I guess I just overestimated the usefulness of that room. Let's go to our machining table here. And make high explosive shell. Do until we have. Oh no, we do not want 500 of those. We'll go for 20. And those take steel and chem fuel. Okay, we don't have chem fuel. Can we make incendiary shells? No steel and chem fuel. Okay, we need to work out how to make chem fuel. Do we have the refinery? So I think that's where this goes. Scab bench. Huh. No, we don't. But I believe we already do have refining on here. Yeah, refining's on the list. That'll allow us to make chem fuel, and then we can get on with our mortars. And we've already finished the basic traps. This map is pretty devoid of trees right now because of all the alpha beavers we have, or have had, sorry. But what it does have is an absolute ass ton of wild boars, by which I mean wandering meat. I don't believe we need to worry about, we're not worrying about simple meals with the amount of meat that we have, the amount of food that we have in general. We're doing really well on it. And we have 600 sandstone blocks, so I think we are going to build a power conduit. Let's see, this might be the best place here actually. Build that out to there. Build our geothermal power. And our sandstone wall. Good, thankfully we can actually build the wall. And that's going to take them a while, and once they're done, we'll deconstruct this bit here. Bashkir's out hunting those boars, that's good. We're going to want to finish off this power cable. Geothermal power is not only consistent, it's pretty pretty substantial. Kim is running around nude again. I'm not entirely sure why. She just likes to take her clothes off, I guess. Thought that one llama might have been chasing someone back. Looks like that's McKay there, on her way back with another llama. Was that a llama or was that a boar? Might have been a boar. Doesn't really matter. Plenty of food coming in. Just kind of progressing along, really. Not much is happening. Looks like Capelson might have another boar there. Pretty cool. Doing pretty well. Another awful plant pot here. And we're running out of places to put these. What's that? That's one by Kelly and one by Udai. Okay. Well, we'll let them crack back on with that first thing in the morning. First, we're going to listen to Totally Not Voldemort whisper to us. And I think, yeah, it's time to order the deconstruction of this bit of wall. Okay, we've finished our gas operation. That allows us to make better weapons, and we will order some of those at some point. But we have quite a bit on our plate right now, so we're just going to get on with that. And I think, yeah, we're going to get Udai to prioritize working on the generator. And we're running low on steel again. So I think it's time to order a little bit more excavation. Oh no, we just have a lot out here that's still not brought back. Okay, what was that? Oh, coal. Yeah, we just have no coal. And those little pistols there, they're not the machine pistols, they are just dual wielding pistols. Oh, look at this, we're getting close, guys, to finally being able to wall ourselves in here. Not going to be long now. Will be very nice to actually have something resembling safety. Kelly doing some butchering there. Udai, please continue. Oh, you're already working on that, okay. I just needed more steel. We're actually running real low on steel. Hopefully we have enough left to actually build it. And Udai is now a starving wanderer, which is just peachy keen. And Capelson failed to construct a wall. Lazy, psychically dull. I don't think we care for this person. Incapable of intellectual. No, we're going to ignore this one. Goodbye, McGrath. You simply did not have enough of what we needed. More really bad plant pots. Let's check this bench. Did we do that until... Yeah, do until you have. I think we'll up these to 15. But we do actually have a couple of sculptures now that are ready to put down. Wait, was that on its way there? Yes. And now we have our first shoddy small sculpture. Let's take a look. On this sculpture is a depiction of a smuggler flying through the air holding a scythe. A baby is shown off to one side, while the triangular structure of the image almost conflicts with its surrealistic style. That might have been the most modern art thing I have ever heard said. So we're going to start looking for places in people's bedrooms to put these sculptures. Let's see what we have here. This carving bears an artwork of Kimberly Kim Sagadin assembling a complicated apparatus inside an armor vest while covered in grime. Kim lifts the armor vest, seemingly without effort. A wolf to the right of the main scene seems to symbolize anarchy, and the work has a heartfelt feeling and a square structure. This illustration relates... She literally just made artwork of her finishing a vest, and then she's like, you know what this needs? For cool factor? It needs a wolf. And so she put a wolf in it. We're actually struggling on places to put these statues. They aren't brilliant. Jebe, you know what? I think I would rather you constructed the generator than the walls. That's pretty high on the priority list. That's 8 components. Luckily we have over 100, but as usual, whenever we see them we will trade for them. Looks like everyone has their vests on now, seeing as we're leaving some behind. Capelson fit. Wow, this guy is just a treat. Let's make sure we still have a way in and out of here before we commit to, yep, awesome. J-Bear is now relaxing socially. What is Udai doing? Playing horseshoes. You know what? You earned it, buddy. I'll leave you to that for a little while. But J-Bear, he's already doing it. Good. So I don't want to leave this unconstructed. So we'll have him do this, and then we'll have him finish off the power conduits. Or is this already going to be connected? Protect, power. Yeah, I think that is already connected. So we should see a pretty healthy increase. Yeah, look at that. We can run pretty much anything we like now. So let's get rid of all of those trees, get some more wood in here. Looks like some of these sculptures are being placed, which is okay, I guess. Still only at 37. Apparently we're just not very good at... God damn it. Let's get everyone we can up who will fight fires. That should do. Those are always pretty terrible. The Zoots, because they drain your power as well. Now luckily we have this big old generator up here. So as long as we don't actually lose connection to that, we pretty much have power indefinitely. bunch of repairs to get done. Some of these researches that we're doing really do just fly by. What are we researching right now, actually? I have no idea. No idea at all. Oh, the multi-analyzer. Nice. That's going to let us, those locks. Yeah, it requires the multi-analyzer, so once we get that, we'll basically glue it onto the side of the desk and allow it to increase our research. Oh hey, the volcanic winter's over. I think Capelson actually just managed to train a wild boar. Like I say, these things can be used to haul and rescue your colonists. It's a shame we can't assign these these animal spots to someone. Like, I was hoping they would sleep in them whenever they felt like it, once we tamed them, but it doesn't look like they will. Now then, I'm interested to see if this moisture pump can clear out the water from the marshy land, or if it's only going to clear out the marsh. Like the inconstructible soggy ground, or if it actually pumps out the entire little pond. Oliver doing some research right now, while Connor's asleep. Looks like we've had another dose of medicine make it in. Wild Boar 3 is being attacked by a panther. And we have a manhunter pack. Let's see what we have. Cassowaries. That's actually quite a few cassowaries. Is that everyone? I do still think we're going to mobilize over here. So, unmobilized Bashkir. I didn't see Kim in that list. Was it Oliver? No? Capelson? Capelson and McKay. Get them up there too. Bashkir. Now's not the time to be eating, buddy. We've got a bunch of cassowaries coming to try and eat us. And as a reminder, we are on permadeath here. This could kill us. Here they come as well. So we want to try and get ourselves set up in a nice firing line over here. Stick this on regular speed. Oh, come on, that's just rude. Colonist needs treatment, what? Oh. That sucks. Just keep running, guys. Please make it to the pathways and run just a little bit quicker. Once they get through the door, they should be a little bit safer. And thankfully, Capelson does have that armor on. Let's take a look at his health. Okay, so he's not in any immediate danger. Those cassowaries are just breaking our doors because they're awful, awful things. Let's pause this a sec. We're going to want to move this way, form a new line. Hopefully we can kill these things before they really do any damage. Let's get Jebe in here on the melee attack, and Kelly. Okay. That seems to have done it. Yep, Kim's already rescuing Capelson. And Jebe. So rest until healed. Same for you, McKay. We're going to need to pretty much straight away build a new door. We're going to prioritize UDI on that, because otherwise our food's going to rot away in storage, because apparently birds hate doors. our armor and our firepower came in quite handy there. So, Kim, please first tend to Capelson. I think Udai's also a doctor. So as soon as he's finished, he has finished that door. Perfect. Udai. Retai's working on J-Bay. And then Kim onto McKay. And then everyone can go back to sleep. So let's see, just how badly hurt were you guys? Okay, cool. You were hurt as much by your own people, J-Bear, as you were by the things. So is this in Misk? This is our multi-analyzer. We need gold. Jester was not aware of this. Do we have gold on this map? I don't remember seeing any. This could slow us down a bit. We're gonna have to get some from a trader, more than likely. Or is this gold here? Oh, it is. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna order that vein mined. Kelly, do you mine? Nope. Oliver, you mine, don't you? Yeah, go get me that gold. On the Lex ranged weapon. That's Capelson. You know what, Cap? I think, okay, that's fine. Is your bow still out here? Yeah, it is. Go get your bow back. And luckily those cassowary are replacing all of that food that rotted because of them. And they're giving us more bone, which we really need to get that bone refining done. Now the research tree, is it just going to not progress until we get the multi-analyzer? It looks like no. So I think we're just going to set bone, we're going to reset our skill tree, get refining and bone refining added onto there. We'll make our way down, we'll add carpet making. That should give us enough time. By the time it's done, we want advanced bone refining, and we'll want vitals monitors, which will give us the hospital bed as well. Component assembly. Get onto the good stuff. Multi-barreled weapons. Finally, we'll get around to auto doors and hydroponics. That's plenty of a queue. Requirements are missing. That's fine. By the time we get there, we should have the gold. Mad animal. It's Boomalope again. Okay, well, we're going to get everybody out onto this marshland here. That thing is just going to run at us. And when it gets here, it's going to explode. Which is, yeah, it's not good for us. So we'll get a nice firing line. Awesome. Don't forbid that. Turn everyone else off. In fact, no. Let's forbid that, because otherwise somebody's going to run into the fire to try and pick it up. Okay, so they're going to just quickly pat out the fire multiple times. Really wouldn't mind some rain. Hey, rain, look at that. And the Boomalope was actually burned away in the fire of its own, yeah, its own, you know, death fire, which might be the coolest thing we've ever said on the channel. And we need to think about expanding our cold storage, because this is just not cutting it anymore. That or we need, why are the sandstone blocks? Did we actually get the gold vein? I think we did. We can now build our multi-analyzer. There we are. So that little research bench is looking kind of spiffy now. We do still have way too much bone though. We need to find something to do with this other than just pots, and like we need the refining essentially, and then we can turn it into a construction material, or basically do whatever we like with it. Oh. So install some of these plant pots, and I think that's actually almost the last plant pot that we need. I think there's one more for Kim's room. Then we'll get some of these sculptures, which actually I think we're done with. J-Bear doing some cooking, which is good, because we have a bunch of potatoes sitting out in the rain. Between him and Kelly, it shouldn't take them long to... one more in Oliver's room. Shouldn't take them too long to work through some of that food, especially with them cooking 4 meals at a time, which I believe is another mod we have. Now this is using pretty much all of the plasteel we had, but it's going to allow us to turn bone into plasteel, so I'm okay with it. Now then, how are these coming along? Getting there. We're like 1 or 2 expansions away from being able to complete this wall. Might still be a while up here. If these didn't take so long to, so many components to make, I would 100% build more of them. How are we doing for that refining tech? Nearly there. Meat's rotting away in storage, because the doors keep getting pried open by the sheer amount of food that we have in there. Looks like everyone now has a plant pot. Let's take a look at this work of art. It is a poor sculpture, so it's not very good. A torso-sized piece of material sculpted into an artistic form. Divinity number 20. On this sculpture is a depiction of a towering orange fireball blazing across the sky. Kim looks on with excitement. A badger in the lower part of the image seems to symbolize nearness, while the style is a Dadaist with minimalist elements. This artwork tells the story of a meteorite falling near Kim's hamlet on the 8th of April, 5501. Well, okay then. I'm not sure how badgers symbol nearness, but, well, apparently I was just never very good at art. We haven't actually had any visitors or traders in a while. I don't think we've actually done much this episode aside from just progress with our research. We're going to want to turn off our turrets now. Let these... Actually, these are... Might as well leave these on if we have the power to spare. Okay, we have refining. Awesome. So we're going to want to build a refinery pretty much straight away. Will that fit? Yes, it will, but I think we'll build it over here. That's going to allow us to turn wood into chem fuel, which is going to allow us to make our mortar shells. I'm going to feel a lot safer when we have that. It's also going to allow us to replace our fuel generators here, the wooden ones, with chem fuel generators, which are a little bit more efficient. I'm not exactly sure how efficient. I've never needed them before. I normally go with the renewable energy sources. I don't normally build in places with this much of abundance of wood. Our production room getting really crowded now. We could maybe see about expanding it out a bit once we've built this wall. Okay, there we are. So, what can we do with this? Make chem fuel from wood, make chem fuel from organics, make chem fuel from bamboo. Yeah, I think we'll just go from wood. Do until we have 210 sounds like a good number. I'm not exactly. I will go for 200. I'm not exactly sure how efficient this stuff is, but having 200 of it on hand, it seems like a good thing. Looks like Kim's gonna get on with that. I'm not sure if that's like a crafting or a hauling, or I'm not sure what that skill actually is. Okay, so how much did you just make there, Kim, in one batch? 35. Okay, so that's pretty decent. So we're gonna go back to our machining table here and add high explosive shells. Do until you have 25. Don't know how many of those we're actually going to need, but as long as all of it's taking is steel and yeah, steel and fuel, perfectly fine with it. How many did you make there? You made 1. Okay, so those are expensive, but we can finally get around to making our mortar team. And that's going to be very, very nice. So it takes, 70 wood is refined into 35 chem fuel. And then it takes a little bit less than, sorry, a little bit more, just a tiny bit more than that to make 2 high explosive shells. Now we're going to save those for some of the more dangerous enemies that we face. Finished our bone refining. Awesome. Let's go to the refinery. Add a bill. Make bonecrete. Do forever. Let's just make a bunch of concrete blocks out of those bone. We can use them to finish off the walls. We still need to like double layer this entire wall once we've got it built. And we can do the outside entirely in bone for sheer cool and intimidation factor. We can build some bunkers out of bone. We basically eliminated our need for the sandstone. So on that note, the stonecutter's table, we're going to, oh wow, well, we might as well just leave it actually. No, actually we're getting kind of crowded in here, so we're going to deconstruct that, because now that we can make bonecrete, we don't need sandstone blocks, or not as much anyway. Install this large sculpture somewhere. Who still needs a sculpture? Don't think anyone would particularly want these, but we're going to put them around anyway, because I hate having so much bone just sat in my stockpile doing nothing. We have another one here, and this one's normal. Wow, this isn't terrible. I'm not sure what to do with that information. So there's our first mortar, made of steel, minimum range 30, not loaded. We have only 3 shells for now, but I'm sure we'll work on that over time. I don't think we care too much about replacing our generators with chem fuel ones. Like with this thing up here, pumping out the power that it is, for now we can just wait on that. Yep, we have our amount of chem fuel that we care about, enough to make a couple of shells. And we are finally doing something with that bone. How long until this expands? 23 hours. Hopefully it expands in more than just like one little thing again. Making progress with our food. We have an absurd amount of food stored right now. We could probably sell some if it came down to it, if we needed the money for components. And it might be time to start thinking about this ancient evil over here. Oh, this is made with bone walls. Cool. But especially now that we have the mortars, it might be worth... Actually, no, I think when it comes to that, we're going to want our walls up. And what we'll do, we'll have someone run over and deconstruct the wall, then run their happy ass all the way back and into here. We'll have the firing line waiting, we'll have the mortars raining death on them the whole time. And it should make for a pretty decent run. What's that? Synth thread. I'm not sure where we got that from, probably deconstructed something. It's a poor large sculpture. Someone can have that. Let's have a look at this one. We have carpet making, awesome. How much cloth do we have though? Over 1,000. Cool. item stash. I don't think we care too much about that. But we can now make some nice carpets. Let's see how much it's going to take here. So 105 there. 200 and so there. Okay, so we're going to have to wait before we do this side for the next cotton harvest. And the reason we're doing that, it makes the rooms much more aesthetically appealing and comfortable than wooden floors do. What are you doing? Oh, you're praying. I'm really still not sure what to do with this. That's also going to recycle us a decent amount of wood. Not that we use that too much these days. I mean, we just use it for constructing absolutely everything that we own. Ah, we need more steel as well. We've collected all this. So we'll zone mine this over here. And we'll get that as well. That is a lot of steel there. That should be plenty to tide us over for a while. I believe Oliver mines. So we'll have Oliver and Udai get on that. We are going for the steel that's further away for now. For no particular reason other than we're going to have to do it all at some point. Okay, looks like Udai doesn't feel like mining today. As long as somebody gets on that. Oliver, what are you doing? Playing horseshoes. You know, Oliver, where are you? Mining is your #1 priority now. We need the steel to make the second mortar, the shells, and yeah, pretty much anything that we want to make at this point, we need that for. Yep, he is out there digging compacted steel. Awesome. How long is this cotton going to be? Not long. And when it's done, it'll be woven into thread and we can do this side. Now, did we already research Devil Strand? I assume we did. Yeah. We're probably going to have to start planting some of that. But again, we need to wait for our areas to be expanded. Or do we? Because, I mean, we have plenty of room back here to make another little grow zone. I've completely given up on the Devil Strand, on the idea of any kind of uniformity with these garden plots. Devil Strand is another thing that we weave. It makes Devil Strand cloth, which is just better than regular. I think it gives like fire resistance a little bit. Oliver's mining that out nicely. Kim is straight into turning that into projectile weaponry for us, which is super nice. We're also going to need that to make helmets and weapons when we get around to making those. And I think, oh, that's the boars. I thought, for a moment, Capelson was getting jiggy with one of our boars, but it was the boars getting jiggy with each other. But on that note, we're going to end this episode here, folks. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.